Hello, this is Blue Star, Defender of Equestria, and this is a brief video about what exactly is the Royal Guard's purpose. Well, as I said in my first video on this, well, at first you might think they're the military, but I don't think that's true. I think that the Royal Guard are very appropriately named. They're simply the Royal Guard. They guard the royalty, which in this case is the princesses. We see the Royal Guard only in Canterlot and the Crystal Empire, and that's it. We don't see them anywhere else. Wherever the princesses go, the Royal Guard are almost always right behind. In fact, that we've seen that they have a secondary role, which is to pull their carriages and things of that nature, and even to escort VIPs like Twilight. In a way, this makes sense, because obviously this serves a dual purpose, because, well, I guess somebody has to pull their carriages, and who better than someone who could, if something did go wrong, would be able to actually fight and protect the princesses. So you wouldn't have to have a whole, guard duty following them. The guards are actually pulling the carriage, so cool. But another interesting job of the Royal Guard that we see in Sweet and Elite is that their other job is to protect VIPs. Well, I guess that makes some sense, because for the most part, they probably only exist in Canterlot, because, well, that's where the royalty are. And I guess, in some cases, don't have anything better to do, so we may as well have them protect the VIPs and, look out for them and stuff in case something does happen. Of course, they're not only protecting the princesses and the VIPs, but also the general public. In Hearthswarming Eve, we see the Royal Guard basically standing alongside the crowd as they're watching the big pageant. And we also see them patrolling around the Canterlot Palace and places like that, so in short, they really are a traditional guard role, so the name Royal Guard is without a doubt very appropriate. However, did you notice that in Magical Mystery Cure the Royal Guard can sing? And yeah, so that must have been rounds out the other purpose of the Royal Guard, is that they do in fact serve a slightly ceremonial role from time to time. But regardless, I think the Royal Guard are still pretty cool. I mean, obviously, if this is all true, getting into the Royal Guard would be a pretty exclusive thing. And although the Royal Guard may not be the equestrian military, they do serve a very, very important function, which is to protect the princesses, who are pretty much some of the most important people in the whole of Equestria, especially in the case of Luna and Celestia. Because not only are they the leaders of this world, they also raise the sun and the moon. That's a pretty important job, and protecting someone who is responsible for that would be pretty cool. I must admit, even just simply pulling their carriage in a way would be a pretty cool honor, and knowing that if something did happen, that you'd be there to defend them would honestly be pretty cool. Which is, I think, why I really love the Royal Guard, and they're so cool and stuff like that. And I do think that they are capable of fighting, it's just unfortunately they just haven't had an opportunity where they've been allowed to win. But I think the Royal Guard will most likely get an episode where they get to be redeemed and show that they can fight, and that maybe we even might get to see why they fight. But I think I'm gonna save those kind of things for the next video. So this is the end of my brief video on the purposes of the Royal Guard. This is Blue Star. Stay strong and pony on. Blue Star out.